Hi. A few months ago, I discussed the misrepresentation of lab-grown diamonds to the consumers. Just to digress for 1 second on that, when you think about it, why are synthetic diamonds even called lab-grown? They're made in a factory, like other manufactured products. Lab-grown would seem to be a misnomer. Anyway, maybe that's for another video. My point is, I'm not against lab-grown diamonds. I've said that before, but rather the disingenuous way they are being portrayed and represented. Today, I wanted to speak to you about a very troubling Instagram post that I saw on the Jewelers of America Instagram page. It's a clip from an interview that Amanda Gizzi, their director, did with Fox Business Live that I had assumed was aired a number of days ago because it was just brought to my attention as something new. But upon further investigation, I see that it aired at the end of December. But it's still up on the JA Instagram page, and I guess maybe a few more people are talking about it now because it was brought to my attention. Amanda explains to the news anchor on Fox that synthetic diamonds are real. Just one is lab grown. She then goes on to say how, just like natural diamonds, they come in all different colors and clarities and sparkle, and are even graded by the GIA on the same scale and in the same fashion. Two things jump up at me. Firstly, it violates Section 23.27 of the FTC guidelines to refer to lab-grown diamonds as real. They clearly state that this is unfair or deceptive practice to use the word real, genuine, natural, precious, or semi-precious, or similar terms to describe an industry product that is manufactured or produced artificially. So that's first off. The second striking thing is that Amanda chose to single out the GIA as the grader of lab-grown diamonds, despite the fact that the GIA only has about 5% of that grading market. Amanda knows that, yet purposely chose to single out the lab, which is the clear industry leader of grading of natural diamonds. Talk about disingenuous. As it must be obvious to you, I was shocked by the interview, and I'm thinking that one video today may not be enough to capture all that I have to say on the topic. But do jewelers across America really think that lab-grown diamonds are the same as natural diamonds? Seriously? One of my colleagues in the industry, who I spoke to on Friday, said to me that the synthetic diamond business must have entered into some sort of a murder-suicide pact. Let's first try to murder the natural diamond business, and then, as a result, we will actually wind up killing ourselves in the process. Because if they could possibly achieve their apparent goal of equivalency between natural and lab-grown, then as prices drop to below $100 a carat, which they will, it's almost there now, people will no longer want them, as it will carry no meaning. But if they make a lot of money along this journey, then they're happy. Really? Who's thinking this through? But fortunately, I don't believe that we are on the brink of reversing thousands of years of human behavior, and people still do and will always covet the real thing. Emotion is a power so great that even the synthetic diamond business will not succeed to conquer it. Let me explain what I would have thought would be so clear to any person who really thinks this through. Natural diamonds have been coveted and cherished for not just generations, but for centuries, way before De Beers came up with their "A diamond is forever" slogan in the 40s. Wars have been fought over diamonds and jewels. That is because people recognize that they are a gift from nature and represent something greater than them. Natural diamonds and precious gemstones represent love and enduring, everlasting value. With few exceptions, material things that man cherishes and values are items that carry with it a significant price tag. That is simply the way of the world. Imagine that Rolls-Royce overnight slashed prices and started selling their cars for $50,000. Do you think it would still have the same cachet and score as high on the prestige meter? Of course not. The point is that natural diamonds are and will always be recognized as an item to cherish and to be handed down for generations. Lab-grown diamonds will never be that. With prices in the low hundreds of dollars per carat and dropping, they simply cannot and do not convey the sense of rarity and preciousness that natural diamonds convey. And the reason is simple. They are not. I recently had a woman come to me to ask me to reset her grandmother's 2-carat diamond as it meant so much to her, and she planned on handing it down to her daughter. I asked her, had it been a lab-grown diamond, would she still feel the same way and would she be here? She looked at me like I had two heads. Of course not. The argument I often hear about lab-grown diamonds is that when one buys a diamond today and tries to sell it a bit later in a few months or in a year or two, that they will not get what they paid for it. It's simply a silly argument without much merit. The reason for that is the fact that they will still have significant value generations from now. That's the salient point, that they will have value generations from now. No one is arguing that had my grandfather bought a single share of Berkshire Hathaway stock in 1962 and held on to it instead of upgrading my grandmother's diamond to a 2-carat, that our family would be financially much, much better off by a lot. The point is, most people don't buy that lucky stock and hold on to it for 50 years and hand it down from generation to generation. But they absolutely do so with their jewelry. And my grandmother's diamond will forever be cherished. I can go on, and I'm sure I'm not finished on this topic. But needless to say, I'm extremely disappointed in the position that the Jewelers of America articulated on national TV. And I would venture to say that if they took a vote of their membership, that the members would agree with me. Most jewelers I speak to, even if they do carry synthetics, are now realizing that it was a mistake positioning them in the same space as natural diamonds. It was just for the sake of short-term profit. But in the end, it's natural diamonds that will endure for generations and will continue to represent beauty and symbols of enduring love and devotion.